Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a weekly reading focusing on the energy surrounding us during the week of July 9th through July 15th, 2018. For the reading, I'm using the Good Tarot deck for the main spread by Colette Baron-Reid, and the additional oracle card is from the Soul's Journey deck by James Van Praagh. As I like to remind you, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you could do that by either emailing me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. You could also take a look at my website. There you'll find information about the types of readings that I offer as well as pricing. That's changingphasestarot.weebly.com. Or, the newest and probably the quickest way to get in touch with me is by downloading the Instantgo App. Just search me up once you've done that. I'm Changing Phases Tarot. And it's very good to use, for sort of quick questions. You get a very quick turnaround from me. So if you're interested, that will be another way. All right. So let me think. There was one other thing. Oh, yes, the mid-monthlies, July mid-monthlies. Are coming out. They will be out this week. I'm currently working on them, so they will be out by the end of this week. And the mid-monthlies focus on career and finances, as well as love and relationships. So be looking out for those. All right. Let me lower my camera. I have already shuffled off camera today and have laid the spread really because I was trying to save a little bit of time since I'm already working on the other readings. So let's get into the messages. So we have in the past position, the King of Water. This would be the King of Cups. Followed by the High Priestess. This is number 2 of the Major Arcana. And the outbound energy for the week, Major Arcana number 11, Justice. And the card that was at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the week, we have Major Arcana number 10, Fortune's Wheel. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So interesting that out of 4 cards, 3 of the 4 are Major Arcana. So, right off the bat, that tells me that it's going to be a significant week for many of us, right? Lots of divine orchestration at play, divine timing as well, but we'll get into those messages in 1 second. The oracle card that came out is relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Right? And sort of sacred geometry on this card. And we have lots of beautiful purples, right? Sort of deep purples, lighter kind of lilac colors. Very pretty card. And I will talk more about this, the meaning of this relationships card after we go through the main spread. So, as we head into this week, or at the beginning, the energies as we leave the previous week, we have this King of Water. Now, this could be an actual person who, you were interacting with around the end of last week, heading into this new week, or, might be playing a prominent role in a situation that you're going through, around the beginning of the week. But it's typically an older water sign individual. Here, obviously, it's a male, but in these general readings, could be male or female, not gender specific. But usually the kings and queens are older, as they have really mastered their particular suit. So this would be an older Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio individual. And this person is, the suit of cups, or water energy, deals with our emotions, right? So it has to do with our feelings, our emotions. It's the suit, sort of the heart. It's how our feelings push us through life, the relationships that we build, based on those feelings. It's can do with family, just in general, the way that our feelings kind of influence the decisions that we make, our behavior, the people that we get into relationships with. And this king, he's usually, since he's mastered the suit of water, he's somebody who's usually very good, at controlling his feelings, controlling his emotions. He's usually kind of a very compassionate person, sort of a peacemaker, somebody, if there's a conflict, he's usually good at mediating. He comes in to, sort of help diffuse that conflict. He's somebody who's very generous, right? But he doesn't allow his emotions to kind of take over. He's very good at it. He has a very balanced grasp on, his emotions. So again, could be somebody that you were dealing with, could be you taking on the energy of this King of Water. And if this is you sort of taking on the energy, then you might have needed to deal with somebody or a situation in a more kind and open and compassionate way. The suit of cups is also, it's a very intuitive suit, right? Water, feeling, sort of psychic abilities. And we do have the high priestess sitting right next to him. So there could definitely be something to do with, intuition or needing to use your intuition. But in general, it's about keeping emotions in check, very balanced, being very fair, very honest, very just in dealing with people. So if this was you dealing with a situation, maybe there was a need to sort of mediate, to find that common ground, to find the meeting of the mind, sort of, or to handle a situation in a very kind and compassionate manner. Now, with the high priestess sitting next to it, there could be also something that you're finding out. This sits sort of in the present, so we're looking at it as a weekly read here. So present being kind of whenever you hear the messages, that's when you're meant to hear them. Could look at it as sort of middle of the week more, right? It looks beginning, middle, and end of the week. But the high priestess is a very, a highly powerful, very intuitive card for you to have here. So there could be something that, you are finding out. Sometimes this high priestess, she sort of sits between, our realm and the realm of the divine. So she's at kind of like that liminal figure. She's at this kind of not crossroads. What am I trying to say? Like this border, between the two. And so there's this very thin veil here that she is able to kind of guide us to use our intuition, in order to find things out, in order to gain the knowledge that we can from the higher realms. She's also, in this particular deck, she's to do with mystery. And, again, that sense that there are some things that you're meant to learn or meant to know or find out that don't come from, textbooks. It's that type of thing. That there are things that you have to go within. You have to listen to that inner voice, that gut feeling. And it's about trusting, when you get those kind of hunches, trusting in that, trusting in your vibes. And then it can have to do with, once you do really tap into that and begin to trust in your intuition, in these vibes, in the messages coming in, in this sort of non-traditional way, that's when, there might be mysteries that are revealed to you. So I would say, definitely with this card kind of sitting in the present or in the middle of the week, pay attention to, the message, any type of, non-traditional message coming in. This could be in the form of a dream. Obviously, the high priestess is very much linked to the moon. So, while you're sleeping, and anything that might come in your dreams, messages that might initially seem, sort of disconnected or not really having much to do with anything, keep note of them, jot them down, and see how, as the week progresses, how they might tie in with things, or how they might be able to give you clues, or to figure something out, or to uncover some type of mystery. So, she's the keeper of this magic, this hidden knowledge, the high priestess. So it's all about tapping into that, right? And maybe use that. And it could have to do with, again, going back to this King of Water, there could be something, maybe there's something's being revealed, or you're discovering something to do with this King of Water. And then, with these other two, the last two cards, the Justice card and then the overall energy of the Fortune's Wheel, I mean, it seems that, or it could be that some of these things that are coming to light, possibly related to this King of Water, there's something very karmic to what's going on, and if you are finding this out, there could be a very, sort of a karmic lesson or something very karmic attached to it, because the Justice card, it is a card of, and the Fortune's Wheel. Both of these cards are very karmic in nature, because it's all about, with the Justice card, it's kind of, okay, if things haven't been, if you're dealing with, for example, this King of Water, maybe this King of Water got away with something in the past. Maybe this King of Water did something to you, and it seems like, well, nothing's ever going to happen to that person. This person continues to, could be fill in the blank there, continues to treat me unfairly, continues to lie, continues to cheat, continues to, whatever the situation is. And then nothing happens to that person, and it's like, but, if I do one little thing wrong, then it always gets found out. Something always happens, but then this other person is doing so many bad things, maybe even to me, and nothing happens. Well, then this Justice card comes in to say, things are changing. There could be some karmic justice at play here. And, karmic justice and things happening, much like with the Fortune's Wheel, it doesn't happen in our time, right? It happens. There is a divine timing for things to happen. There's a reason for, when things suddenly, it's like all of a sudden, there might be this kind of breakthrough, this kind of aha moment, discovering things with the High Priestess. And then finally, there's some type of karmic justice. Yes, the Justice card, it can also speak to, to legal proceedings. This could be, for some of you watching, it could be maybe you are in or dealing with some type of legal proceedings with this King of Water individual. There could be, this could be going through a divorce, could be just sort of suing the person, that type of thing. I don't know, what it might be, but there could be some type of ruling here with the Justice card, and, things going in your favor. So that's, it's a positive. When the Justice card comes out, there is a positive, side to, okay, well, things are finally, you see that she's holding the scales of justice here. She has the sword of truth. She has the scales of justice. So once again, truth being known, truth coming to light, and then things finally being righted, right? The scale of justice being, being evened out or even tipped in your favor. If things have been sort of, out of balance, it's coming into balance with this Justice card. So there is this, this sort of just kind of divine order to things happening more towards the end of the week. And then again, with this Fortune's Wheel card, as the overall energy, and this is number 10, and then this is 11. So it's kind of like progression here, with this Fortune's Wheel, which is all about, again, fate, destiny, changes in luck. If you've been on the downswing of the Wheel of Fortune, if things have been very difficult, it's felt like that kind of uphill battle, and kind of slogging through things and nothing going your way. This Fortune's Wheel comes in to say, it's time for things to change. It can have to do with new opportunities coming in, but these are very fated opportunities, very kind of, it's destiny at play here. And it's again, divine orchestration, right? It has to do with cycles as well with the Fortune's Wheel. One cycle ending, a new cycle beginning, a new, much better cycle, because this is it's positive, this change in luck. It's positive energy here. It's positive energy with this Justice card. So, good things kind of beginning. And this Fortune's Wheel can also have to do with sort of movement. There's the wheel, obviously it's a wheel, so it can have to do with kind of forward movement, changing your direction in some way, can even be sort of new opportunities and changing your direction in the sense that there are, it's a new career path for you, or you're starting off on a brand new adventure, can be, that type of thing. But it's all about life changing, very, again, 3 major arcanas here, so very powerful, life changing opportunities that might be coming in for us this week. And it's about, everything kind of coming together and then, helping to ultimately kind of change our destiny and change and shape our destiny, and where we're heading now. Well, there was something else I was just thinking I wanted to say about the Fortune's Wheel. I might come back to these two. Let's, so, sort of looking at everything together here, we have major changes in fortune, very karmic, fated events happening, moving forward movement this week. And then could have to do with, this King of Water, moving away from this King of Water, finding out something about this King of Water. And then there's, sort of finally there's some type of a situation being righted, things going your way. If this is, again, going to court, legal proceedings, things going, being ruled in your favor. It's that type of situation. And then again with the, the Justice card is also about kind of cause and effect. In this particular deck, the Justice card is actually called Karma. And it's all about, this cause and effect. And again, what goes around comes around, that kind of cycles, which ties in with this Fortune's Wheel here. So there's some type of righting, what goes around comes around. So a righting of a wrong here. And then with the Fortune's Wheel card, in this particular deck, it's called Destiny Meets Synchronicity. So, synchronicity is all about those chance happenings, those chance things, sort of out of the blue, out of nowhere, these opportunities showing up. But they're, divinely guided opportunities that can really set your path, or set you on a completely new path, a brand new cycle. So, lots of very powerful cards this week. Interesting. Let me find the relationships card. Let me read you the full meaning for this card, and we'll see how it ties in with the rest of the reading here. I like to read the full meaning from the guidebook for the oracle cards. So we have, let's see, relationships. In this three-dimensional world in which we live, there is a sense that we are separate from one another and also that we meet by chance. This is an illusion. The people in our lives are drawn to us and are here for a reason. It is through sharing experiences and having relationships with others that we begin to understand ourselves. When someone appears in your life, you must see what is not resolved or whole in the person and understand the lessons he or she brings home to you. You draw others to you like magnets in order to learn various aspects of yourself. The people you have close relationships with on earth are usually members of your soul family. You have chosen to incarnate together to help each other learn lessons, even though it may not seem that way to you now. Once a lesson is learned, don't be surprised if that person fades away. People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Wow, that's a powerful card to get as well, right? Very deep. And this could have to do with thinking about people. There could be some type of, very karmic tie or connection to this King of Water that for some of us, is being released at this time, or at least loosened, and sort of moving away from that. If there was something to learn from this person, maybe all of the karmic lessons have been learned. The soul contract is now over. It's complete. New cycle. For others, this can be, I was talking here about the synchronicities and things just kind of, maybe new cycles, new paths can definitely bring in new people, new relationships, and maybe these new people and relationships coming in are very much in line with, the divine plan, are very much in line with, what we need to learn on our soul's journey. So it seems as though it could be a very significant week for many of us. So I do hope that these messages have helped you. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful week. Bye for now.